Regular old MAGA people might want to think twice about defending what's going on with ICE, because if they're not careful, they might soon be in the crosshairs. And it's not me warning them of that. Donald Trump is actually warning them of that in one of the most deranged fundraising emails I've ever seen. And I actually weirdly make a habit of consuming these. And so he wants his own voters and supporters to prove that they're not illegal aliens. And you're gonna be shocked to find out how you prove that. Or not actually shocked, because it's money. He wants your money. Money mia, money please, is what he has to say to them. Here's the actual email. So it's Donald Trump with camo behind him for some reason. Says, I reached out last week about my citizens only survey. Your file says you're a top MAGA patriot, but my records to my survey still say response pending. Don't tell me you're an illegal alien. That cannot be true. This is your final moment to prove me wrong, Brian, please. Are you a proud American citizen, or does ICE need to come and track you down? That's usually when I'm reading one of these things, I'll add in a stupid John thing that I say. That's in the actual text of the email. He's threatening to track them down with ICE if they don't give him money. What the hell is happening? And by the way, that's not going to me. That's not going to Sharon. You have to be wildly pro-Trump to still be on these email lists. And that's the people, old MAGA red hat wearing grandmas and grandpas are getting that email. And they're probably legitimately scared because they don't understand how any of this tech stuff works. And yeah, as Skittlebutt says, give me money or I'll deport you, or at the very least, I'll terrify you into thinking I'm gonna deport you, because obviously they would never deport an actual US citizen. That's more sarcasm for you. They actually do that routinely. So anyway, we have this too. If we can bring on more, this is another version that omits that part, but goes heavier on another aspect. So let's see, look. You last week to see if you would take my citizens only survey. You see the thing about the top MAGA patriot and everything. I cannot think of any reason you wouldn't have responded unless you're an illegal alien. And so again, like browbeating them. And I love that the top part, Democrats are fiddling with their fingers. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Twisting their hair and clenching their jaws as they pray you won't respond to my message if this is true. So, okay, so he has a database of top MAGA patriots, supposedly. It's a real thing, it's an Excel file. And he doesn't want to believe that you could be an illegal alien. He wants to believe that you're a citizen. And meanwhile, on the sideline, Chuck Schumer's like, no, they're gonna uncover the illegal aliens. This is, again, this isn't stuff they're sending to us. This is stuff they're sending to their most loyal and devoted followers. And this is how they torment them, begging them for money that many of them can ill afford, especially considering the state of the economy under Donald Trump. And then they have the actual survey where they literally just ask if you're an American citizen or not, and then tell you to end the survey immediately if you're actually illegal. And then there's a weird bit of, you get the gender stuff, male, female, or I'm insane. I don't know, I guess the intern that put this together is having a little bit of fun with themselves, but this is like truly deranged stuff. And I understand, Sharon, you know, Nancy Pelosi sends some weird and over the top fundraising emails too, but I've never seen anything as deranged as this. What do you think?
It is the result of an insecure population that's been radicalized, his PTSD, and is now part of this madness that is a group think sense of belonging. That is so insulting that it deserves the middle finger, not any response. However, because there is a segment of our population, sadly, that is so in need of this belonging and this security blanket of this evil MAGA doing, it's actually a good targeted ad. Yeah. This is a great targeted ad. And you and I, who I think are still rooted in reality, it could be that we're having this whole show and that we're the delusional ones. It could actually be that. I don't know, because this is the world I exist in. It kind of feels like it, but this is actually going to resonate with some people. They'd rather be anything else than this boogeyman as defined by Trump and MAGA. Look how sad that is. These are our friends. What's next? They're gonna hitch a ride on the Hail Bop, drink that special purple juice that everyone doesn't wake up from? I don't know, but it kind of feels like they would. There's a segment that would.
Yeah, it is. it's not just the individual email is sad. The entire situation is sad. Someone in the chat, I don't see, Ashmanil says, what are they even fundraising for? Yeah. What is he asking them for money for, man? First of all, he can't even run again. Second of all, he made $1.4 billion. Him and Elon Musk, if they wanted, and they supposedly want to be popular, they want to be loved and all that, it is so easy for them to have that with the money they have. Trump could just be like, he could send out these emails and be like, hey, I just want to let you know about what we're doing. And I want to encourage you to talk to your neighbors, to be active on the issues you care about. But obviously I'm never gonna ask you for a donation because I'm a successful billionaire. And I know that you're struggling thanks to damn Joe Biden, how he wrecked the economy. So I'm not gonna ask you for money. That's crazy. I'm a billionaire. I just want to let you know that I'm fighting on behalf of you. Instead, he asked for money. He doesn't have to. He could never raise another dollar and it wouldn't make any difference. The billions he's bringing in with his corruption and his bribery and everything, it is madness that he's still fleecing them for their last cent. But that's how the movement works up until they drink the purple juice. Anyway.